Hey everybody, welcome back to Creating Scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we continue on with our Fairfield in Build series, episode 10. I kind of ended that last one kind of abruptly, didn't I? Well, anyway, this is kind of a continuation, but making the video 19 minutes long is alright. You guys know that I get winded, but I want to reiterate this series. I am just recording as I'm building this building, okay? Hopefully you'll see, things that you can do, or you see me doing something wrong and you feel that it's a better way to do it, that kind of stuff. But like I said, I'm building this hotel, and while I'm building it, I'm filming. So you guys have an example of building something all the way through to from start to finish, into the sim, and we'll do some in-sim stuff as we get it there, like such as landscaping and that kind of stuff. All right. Anyway, we continue. We're on the back. We just cleaned up. We've cut in all the windows for the restaurant and did some cleanup. Now we're getting ready to look at some pieces, parts of the building to start adding some architectural features. So what we're going to do is we need to look at some images. So I did a search for the Fairfield Inn at the Columbus, Ohio airport. We've already seen this one that we used to build our windows for the lounge. So, and we looked at this one, and there wasn't a good external view for the restaurant area, but we have some interiors. And the thing that I like is, like this one here, I could probably find a window to use this image in for a parallax. It may not be perfectly to scale or whatever, but I can look at some of these photos and see if I can get good straight-on photos to use as parallax windows. There is one good room picture, and that is this one right here. So I'll probably I'll probably right click and save that, and then I'll use this as a parallax for the actual rooms. And the reason I like this one is because it's facing toward the hallway door and not the exterior window like this one. Okay. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to put in this little wall right here, the exterior wall here. We'll put in these two exterior walls. We'll do some of this overhang work here. It looks like a aluminum grate type structure. We'll add that to our model. So let's see if we can even see those walls. Yeah, there's one right here, and then there's one right here, and then there's a wall that comes around like this, right? Okay. So let's do a measure. I'm at the Franklin County, Ohio GIS site. And let's hit our measure tool and hit the line, and let's measure the length of this. 6 feet. So both of these are 6 feet. And let's get a width. 2 feet. 2 feet thick. 2 by 6. All right. And Google Earth. I'm thinking those are 4 feet because they go above the top of the window. So I'm going to make those 4-foot walls. Okay. I need that back. Can you give me that back, please? All right, so where are they? It looks like, let's go to the Franklin County GIS. And well, I can't really get a measurement there because, well, yeah, I can, because this is flush with the building. So, I need to take a couple measurements to figure out. So, from the wall to this corner is 2 feet. Is it? Let's try again. $2 feet, yeah. It's 2 feet away. And from this corner, and that's 2 feet. All right, so let's add in our wall detail. So let's select this wall of the lounge, tab into edit mode. And we are going to turn on vertices, select this vertice, Shift S, and move our cursor to that location. All right. And we're going to get out of edit mode, and we're going to Shift A, and we're going to add a mesh, a single vert. Now we're going to take this vertice. It automatically goes into edit mode when you add a vert, plus it also should have vertex select. All right, so I'm going to select this vertice that we just added, and I am going to move that in the X direction minus 2 feet. Okay. Then I am going to simply extrude this. Extrude X minus 2. I'm thinking 2 feet is kind of big. I'm not sure I trust that 2 feet. I'm not really sure. I'm not confident that it's 2 feet. So let's go. The shorter distances measuring on the websites is kind of iffy. So I'm gonna extrude X minus 1.5. We'll make it a little narrower. Now it's 6 feet long, so we're going to extrude in the Y 6 feet. Then we're going to extrude X 1.5 back to there, and then we'll select these last two vertices and hit F and combine those. Okay. Now let's make a construction line. So I'm going to select this vertice here. I'm going to make sure my pivot point is back to median, and I'm going to extrude that till it matches this corner. Extrude X until it's right there. Okay. Then I'm going to simply select this edge, delete the edge only. So I still have the vertice at this corner. And I'm going to select that vertice, and I'm going to move that in the X 2 feet. Okay, so it's 2 feet away from this corner. And then I can take this object right here, make this corner active by shift and clicking twice, and I can move that over to this one. Okay, now I have two vertices right here. All right, so down here at the bottom, if I click out, I have 0 of 5. And if I click this one, you see that it doesn't turn white because it's underneath another one, right? But they're right in the same location. But if I did a box select, now I have both of them selected, okay? As long as you're in ghost mode. If you're not in ghost mode, it will only select one because the other one's hidden. Alright, so I have those two selected, and I hit M, and I just merge those together. And now I have one vertice. Okay, now I screwed up, so I'm going to need to Control Z until that goes all the way back to where it was before, because I moved it. I should have copied it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do a Shift D, copy that to that location. So now I have two of them, but I still have two vertices right here. So I'm going to do a box select, hit M, merge those two together, and now there's only one. Okay, you guys with me? Cool. Let's do a save. Now let's measure how far these are away from the actual building itself. Did I do that? I can't remember if I did that. Alright, so let's clear our measurements from the last time and kind of refresh our screen here. So I wish they would allow you to zoom in as far as you want. Alright, so we're going to select from this edge of the building all the way up, and we are looking about 4 feet away. So I'm going to select all, and I'm going to move those. I'm going to move those equal to the building first. Alright, so here's my controlling vertice, and we're going to move G, Y until they snap to the actual wall itself. Now I'm going to remove them, G, Y, 4 feet. So that gives me the location of where those two walls are. Alright. Now we need to do our U-shaped wall. So let's go back into Franklin County GIS and figure out what this gap is. So we'll measure the gap between this wall right here and this wall right here, and we get about 7 feet, 6.9, but we're going to call it 7. I like nice round numbers. And so to make this, we're going to select this wall. We're going to shift, I'm going to select these 4 vertices, hit shift, make this corner right here the active vertice. I'm going to shift D. Okay, so there, I haven't clicked anything. That's piece. I hit escape so I don't move it with the mouse, and then I'm going to move this in the Y until it snaps to the very end. Okay, now we're going to move it one more time in the Y. That's 7 feet. Okay, so that gives us the location of this part of that U-shaped wall. Alright, let's go back to Franklin County GIS, and let's measure the actual. Now, does this wall go all the way across? I don't think it does. It's kind of blurry in there. I don't know if there's a gap there or not. Let's take a look. Well, no, I want to look at it now because we're working on it. So if I go to Google, yeah, there's a gap on both sides. Alright, so it's symmetrical. Alright, now let's measure this length of this wall from here. Whoops, select the line. Go from here, go to the corner, 7 feet. Alright, so that's 7 feet. So I'm going to come over here. I know that this is 6, so I can take these two, G, Y, 1 more foot. Okay? Now, what I want to do is I'm going to select these 4, hit F, fill those in, select these 4, fill those in, select these 4, and F to fill those in. Now I'm going to loop cut this wall 1.5 feet back from this line right here, because that's the thickness of the wall. So I'm going to Control R, click, drag that to the right, and GY minus 1.5. All right. Now I am going to simply extrude this edge. So I'm going to edge select this edge, make sure snap is on, and I'm going to snap to edges this time. And I'm going to extrude that all the way across until it lines up with this line. So E, X, and then snap to this location. But now I need the width of this wall. So with this edge still selected, I'm going to E, X until it snaps here. Right? Now all I need to do is select this edge on the corner and snap and extrude it straight across from this one. So that's an EY direction, and snap right here. So now we have our U-shaped area of our lounge, outside lounge. Now all we need to do is select all the polygons and extrude those 4 feet. Whoops, hey, see how that went below the surface? Let's escape, Control Z to undo the extrude. And if I go to face orientation, that's why I check face orientations. If I check face orientations, they'll all be red, and they are. All right, so I'm going to go to face select, make sure that they're selected, Alt N, flip. And then turn off face orientation. Select all those faces again and extrude. You don't have to put the Z because that's automatic based on the face, and 4 feet. And then turn off ghost mode and see how it looks. So we have our garden lounge, I guess you can call it. So let me pause for a second. Now let's see some other features that we want to add while we're at it. Well, I know I want to do this grill, right? All right. So we get see if we can find a good picture of what that grill looks like. Not the barbecue grill, but the awning type of thing. So let's go back to our prototype pictures from the web and find a picture, and just looks like a simple frame. Probably, yeah, well, it's even with the top. The bottom of the frame is even with the top of the windows. Okay, and it's probably 6 to 8 inches thick. All right, so let's get out of edit mode from working on our stone wall, and let's select the wall of our lounge, tab in. So the bottom is equal to this line right here, the top of these windows. So the awning starts at, whoops, edge select. Awning starts here, okay? And what we can do is we can take and make a copy . Sorry about that interruption. Have a important message I needed to respond to. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this. We have this edge selected, right? So I'm going to Shift D to make a copy of it. Oops, I didn't click inside. There we go. Shift D to make a copy of that edge. Escape so I don't move it. Then I'm going to hit P, selection, and we're going to call this. We're just going to call it lounge awning. Okay. Get it out of edit mode. Select our lounge edge or lounge awning. Tab into edit mode. And I want to take this vertice. Let's turn on vertice. I want to take this vertex and move it right to this corner. So we're going to GX until it snaps right here. And we're going to take this vertex, GX, and snap to the other end. Okay? So now we have a construction line that we can come off of. All right? Now, how far out does that awning come? Let's take a look at our image. And it comes out, probably, it's hard to tell on some of these photos, but sometimes you have to guess. Looks like it comes out maybe a foot. All right, so that's what we're going to call it. So I am going to edge select here, and I'm going to extrude it to this corner. So with edges, you got to specify the axis. So EY till it snaps to this line, right? Then I can simply so now to get that foot out more, I can select these two edges and move those in the Y direction 1 foot. All right, so it's overhanging. All right, now this continues right here all the way to the other side of the window, but we're not going to worry about that yet. Okay. So we got to figure out how many sections and how many veins there are with the best photo that we can get. All right. So we're going to do a series of loop cuts and insets to create that. And we're going to do that before we extrude it. So let's see if we can see anything in our photo that helps us. All right. Now this gap, these two, this, like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to represent what it looks like. I know I try to get things as real as possible, but the distance between these two members and the other members, this looks narrower. It looks like it goes from here to the edge of the window and the door. And then the rest of them go where the edge of the windows are, with the exception of this one, it goes right down the middle. You guys seeing what I'm seeing? Okay. So that's, I'm gonna put these separators right along where the edges of those windows are. All right. So I'm gonna get me a good view here so I can see. And we're gonna let's go to line mode and see how that looks. There we go. Because that way I can focus in on the center. All right. Now we are going to go face select, and we're going to Control R. We're going to click, and remember I have line snap on. We are going to make our first one at the middle of these two windows, and then we're going to put one here, 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 and then on the other side. So another loop cut, Control R, click, drag that till it matches that. Control R, click, slide till it matches that. And loop cut, Control R till it matches this. Same thing, loop cut here and probably right here. I don't know because I don't have a good photo there. Bam. All right, so that probably will work. Okay. Now we want to create our individual insets. So I'm going to face select, hit A to select them all, hit I, and I think it's individual. I think it's one whole one. Yeah, no, it's individual. All right, and we're going to make those 0.2. 0.2 is good. Okay. Yeah, 0.2 is just fine, I think. Now we're going to separate these faces, these interior faces, out for right now. So I'm going to hit P. All right, and we're just going to call that we're just going to leave it 001 for now. Okay. So let's tab out of edit mode, select our 001, and then tab back into edit mode. And what we need to do is create our veins going across, right? So let's find out if we can figure out how many veins there are. One, two, three, four, five. I got 5 there. See if the top view shows anything. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like 6. All right. So let's zoom in here and see what 6 would look like. Now to get 6, I'm going to do 12. All right. So I'm going to Control R. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's going to work. So 12 lines. So hit Enter, Escape. And then do the same thing with the other ones. Put 12 lines. So Control R, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Enter, Escape. Control R, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Enter, Escape. Control R, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Enter, Escape. And 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Enter, Escape. Control R. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Enter, Escape. And this last little one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Enter, Escape. Now, we're going to delete every other one. So, with Face Select, this one, hold Shift, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Alright. So let me get those every other one selected and I'll be right back. Have all of them selected. Delete faces. Okay, got that. Alright, now let's extrude. Let's go back to our awning, the main awning. And now I'm going to go into shading mode. And we're going to, well, let's, like I said, always double check your face orientation before you do your extrudes, and they're all red. So go into edit modes, which face select all, Alt N, flip, get out of edit mode, select our interior grills, go in, tab into edit mode, select all, Alt N, flip. So all my normals are facing up. Get out of edit mode and let's go back to the awning and turn off face orientation. And let's see, let's Where's that one show up? Okay, that's fine. I'm wondering if that's solid over the doors. No, it's not. Alright, so with this frame in edit mode, we're going to do an extrude 0.75. Just like that. Alright, I think I'll probably be pleased with that. Now let's thicken up our grills. So let's tab out of edit mode. Select our second object. Now I want those, I don't want those flush with the bottom. I want to bring them up just a little bit. Sorry about that. So they're inside of our awning. So with those selected, GZ.2. So it kind of insets them a little bit like that. Now let's give them some thickness. So go into edit mode, select all with A, extrude to the top. Okay. Now let's turn on vertice mode. That means that the vertices on the top are selected. And let's GZ minus 0.2. Like that. And I think that will work for our grill, our awning. Okay, so tab out. We'll apply a material soon. All right, now we are going to take that's what I want to do. Let's select our awning 01, hold shift, select awning, and let's do a Control J to join those together now. So they're a nice one happy family. Let's go into edit mode. And I am going to turn ghost mode on here, zoom in, and I'm going to do a tilde A for back. Alright. Tilde B is bottom. Alright. Change my location. Alright, so I want to select all the vertices right here of one complete unit. Okay. And I'm going to make this vertice right here the active vertice, and we are going to shift D for copy, hit escape so we don't move it with our mouse, and we're going to move it over to this edge over here. Okay, so I'm going to GX and slide that over until it snaps there like that. Now obviously it's too big, so we're simply going to do some edits, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these two vertices here and then these two vertices here, and I'm going to move those in the Y until they snap to this edge here. Okay, so I'm going to GY till they snap to the face of our building. And now we can get rid of the interior grills that we do not need. So select those. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to select, how do I want to do this? I want to select these two here. Shift, select those. Zoom in a little bit. Select these and all of these. And just delete those. And actually, Let's make this along the wall a little, let's make it so it's not inside the wall. And let's move those out to here. I think I got the inside edge of my window. So we're going to GY until they snap to here. There, now they're flush. Alright. And then tab out. Now we need to bring this edge all the way till it meets our main unit. So let's go back into edit mode, select all these vertices, click one of them twice to make it active, and we're going to snap it to this vertice. So I'm going to change this to vertice select, and I'm going to GX and snap it there. So yeah, there's our awning. Alright, let's give it a material, and we're going to give it the frame material. So with our awning selected, go to materials and choose our frames. And there, that might be a little too glossy. It's really shiny. We'll dull it down later. Alright, so now we have our awning. So we'll stop there today. Hey, thanks for watching this long drawn out series. I just want you guys to practice and use some of the techniques I'm using if you want to. If you don't like my techniques, let me know. Alright, but I'm just this old guy making models. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you can. Hit that notification bells for the upcoming videos in this series as well. And hey, buymeacoffee.com/myphysicalworld. I also have a Patreon page of the same name, My Physical World. And I also have a Gumroad page that has some free resources up there if you want, or you can buy some of my maps. It's up to you, but I have a lot of free resources, and that is myphysicalworld.gumroad.com. I will see you guys on the next video. See you later.